scholarship.
Don't think about it too much. This is going to be evidence, it's going to be pictures, it's going to be everything. Like, yeah,
Five.
all over.
Get it on board.
This is much more better. Should we start again? Good morning. Still sketchy. Let's show that it's a Friday. I know it's exams, people are marking, and deadlines, and all the other things. Good morning. Okay, cool. So that's the standard that I want throughout the day. So every presenter that comes up here, or anybody who comes up onto the mic and says good morning, you guys are going to say? Good morning. That's the one. My name is Itumeleng Dube, and I will be your program director today, or one of the program directors today. I'm not doing it solo. I have my partner right here. And I think now we can then start. I would like to greet the Executive Dean, Dr. Masichava. Then I would also like to greet the Deputy Executive Dean, Prof. Mlaudzi. I'd like to also greet the school directors, the portfolio heads, the CODs of the college, and also you colleagues as well. Welcome to the Engaged Scholarship exhibition. I'll then hand over. All right, thank you. Please be welcome, be free. Lorraine, over to you.
Is this my height? Ladies and gentlemen, as I have already been introduced, my name is Ms. Lorraine Nesongoji, and once again would like to welcome you to the second CEMS Engaged Scholarship exhibition. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are here to celebrate you. We are here to celebrate the work that you have done throughout the year. And ladies and gentlemen, beyond today, we know that for every project that you have undertaken and to every person that you have spoken to, you have definitely made an impact.
All right, let's get right to it. A couple of house rules. For those who are presenting, you have 10 minutes. If you see us standing and walking towards you, say your thank yous and then wrap it up. Are we in agreement? Are we in agreement? Thank you. All right, so we're going to run a very tight ship. We already started late, so we're trying to make sure that by 1, we have you guys feasting outside. Are we in agreement? Yes. All right, cool. Right, to welcome the guests, I would like to call our Executive Dean, Dr. Masichava, to do welcoming of guests. Well, the official one, since we've...
Good morning, colleagues. Before I joined academia, I was in banking, and we used to do what we call CSI projects. The last bank I worked for gave us an opportunity to donate money, and they would match your donation. And everybody in the company gave the maximum of their donations so that SARS can cut down their taxes. But that was all that we did. And when I joined academia, I was happy about community engagements. But the 4 universities I worked for before I joined Unisa did not do engaged scholarship as we do it here. And so when I reflected on what I would say today, I was grateful. And so my team sent me a very long speech and I shoved it. And I said, we will today have a devotion. And so let's have this devotion. Let us pause, let us breathe. Let us arrive not only in body, but in spirit, in purpose, and in gratitude. We gather here as academics, researchers, and professionals, but also as co-learners, co-dreamers, and co-builders of humane futures. We are here to reflect on the immense privilege we hold, the privilege to think critically, to create ethically, and to learn alongside our communities. For this, we give thanks. We give thanks for the opportunity to teach and to be taught, to contribute and to be transformed, to serve and to be served in return. We showcase a fraction of our outputs today, and we celebrate our shared humanity. We are reminded that knowledge becomes meaningful only when it is lived, tested, and refined within the rhythms of real lives. We are here to honor our partnerships, the kind that transcend the walls of the university and touches the lives of people in our villages, our cities, our classrooms, and our homes. We are not a charity, but we are co-creating. We are at a place where intellect bows to empathy, where rigor meets relevance, and where data finally finds its heartbeat. Each project shared here is a dialogue of dignity. It is the living expression of our agendas, the Africa where knowledge liberates, not dominates, where learning uplifts, not divides. I'm going to take a moment to honor those who will be serving us today, our program directors, but also to send blessings of gratitude to Menjunguna and her team for the CFA Research Challenge, reminding us that ethical finance can serve both prosperity and people. To Menyalela and her team, who remind us that true managerial skills is measured not by control, but by compassion. Ntate Nokele and team, whose Western Engagement Scholarship Project demonstrates that when academia listens, community leads. Me David Mematlangu, whose tourism capacity building initiatives calls us to celebrate our land and people with integrity. Dr. Mdluli and team, who sparks innovation through Ignite Wise, reminding us that technology can be a bridge and not a barrier. Ntate Dr. Mabasa, whose business, education, and skills, and the whole team, their project transforms knowledge into livelihoods. Dr. Nduna Limekaba and team, whose work on women's financial inclusion embodies female dignity, the wisdom of restoring balance, amplifying women's agency, and transforming spaces of exclusion into spaces of power. Let our humility be our language today and justice be our horizon. May each presentation awaken our sense of shared purpose, that scholarship must not only explain the world, but also repair it. May we be reminded that learning is sacred when it is shared, and that impact is eternal when it is rooted in love and in community. May this showcase be a living reflection of gratitude, of service, and of imagination. And may every heart here live more open, more grounded, and more inspired to learn again and again from our communities. In unity, in hope, in gratitude, you are warmly welcome. Pula Aine. Thank you.
Thank you, Executive Dean. We will take the message forward to say that our research should not only be about H indexes, but should be about humans, humanity, and community. To give us an overview and the reflection of the previous exhibition, I'm going to call upon Dr. Rudolph. Round of applause.
Good morning, Dr. Masachaba, Prof. Muluatsi, directors, CODs, project leaders, and colleagues. Thank you for this opportunity that I can just reflect with you about last year's online exhibition that we held at CEMS. It was a celebration of commitment to socially responsive, collaborative, and contextually aware scholarship. The exhibition in 2024 highlighted how academic theory, teaching, and research can be integrated to address real-world challenges across students, industry, government, and communities. In 2024, CEMS supported 22 activity projects, and of those 22 projects, 8 project leaders presented exemplary initiatives across multiple departments, including marketing and retail management, human resource management, operations management, public administration, applied management, business management, and lastly, finance, risk, and banking. The exhibition illustrated how engaged scholarship moves beyond traditional community engagement to co-created knowledge, where academic activities meaningfully benefit society while enhancing learning and research outcomes. Prof. George Davey, you opened the exhibition by reflecting on Unisa's transition from an outward-focused community engagement to engaged scholarship. This aspirational framework encouraged academics and our students to integrate community needs directly into research, teaching, and module development. The exhibition also showcased projects that exemplifying this shift. Marketing and retail management focused a lot on their managerial skills transfer project, where they empowered 9 SMMEs through mentorship, digital marketing, training, budgeting support, and business strategy workshops, linking hands-on learning to academic case studies and published materials. The human resource management spoke about their Kulisa Abantu, that means a course to grow people, and they integrated socially responsive teaching, research, and engagement within the advanced human resource management module. They emphasizing inclusivity, mindfulness, and skill development for students. Internal staff had the opportunity to share their expertise with the students. Operations management, you shared your story about entrepreneurship hubs and the Move for Life. You trained over 780 community participants in entrepreneurship while teaching chess to improve youth critical thinking and mathematical skills. Public administration, you shared for West and Far West Rand project and asset mappers. You focused on municipal service delivery, youth career development, and teacher capacity development and building through research, site visits, and mentorship programs. Applied management, you focused on your sustainable tourism. Developing participatory workshops and tools for sustainable tourism aligned with the SDGs, and empowering communities to manage resources independently. Business management. You shared about your project that's linked to business education and skills. You provided master classes, mentorship, and practical entrepreneurship experiences to equip students with entrepreneurial knowledge and skills. And lastly, finance, risk management, and banking. Your risk roundtable. You link students with industry through webinars, research, case competitions, and practical risk management projects, enhancing applied learning and risk analysis and strategic foresight. Dr. Genevieve James, you also shared your story. And you spoke about the engaged scholarship that requires collaboration, vision, and addressing root causes. Positioning CEMS as a development asset capable of influencing public policy, industry practices, and societal transformation. The exhibition reinforced our college commitment to produce scholarship that is academically rigorous, socially transformative, and globally relevant. The 2024 Engaged Scholarship exhibition demonstrated the power of knowledge in action, mobilizing networks, co-creating solutions, and shaping communities while enriching academic practice. CEMS scholars continue to exemplify innovation, dedication, and the transformative potential of engaged scholarship. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Rudolph, for that brief overview of the event that took place in 2024. And ladies and gentlemen, this is actually the first face-to-face CEMS Engaged Scholarship exhibition. Yes, yes, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, whether you created the knowledge or whether you shared the knowledge, I'd like to draw from Dr. Masichaba's words, who said, it is a sign of dedication and devotion. And next on the program, would like to invite to the podium Dr. G. James, who will be giving us an overview of the Engaged Scholarship in Unisa. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Let me firstly congratulate the college for apportioning time to this critical pillar of the university strategy during a very, very critical time in the academic year. I cannot thank you enough that you have taken a momentary pause from the busyness and the demands of the year to gather, to reflect, and to celebrate our practice and presence and praxis in higher education engagement that deploys scholarship for the public good. I want to say to our executive dean, indeed, that was a devotion befitting of a mother of the nation. Very, very beautiful and profound. Thank you for that basis. And I also want to really appreciate our Deputy Executive Dean, Prof. You are really a blessing in the space, and you are really ensuring that the Engaged Scholarship value chain delivers on its mandate in the college. Then I want to celebrate the project leaders. Project leaders, you are the heroes of Unisa. You have overcome cultural, contextual, geographic, and digital boundaries, linguistic boundaries, sectoral boundaries to ensure that you are present, you are connected, you are building the rich ecosystems that is required to create, to converge, to mobilize, and to apply knowledge that will transform society. So for today, I need someone to really watch me with time, because I can just fly, and treat this like a long-haul flight instead of a quick Joburg to Maritzburg flight or something. Right. So for today, I must confess to our executive dean, I really had a struggle about what angle do I take, what do I show, what do I talk about in this time. Now, I could show you some statistics from our business intelligence that shows you where we are as a university in terms of our engaged scholarship projects, what is the nature and expanse of our reach, who are the networks, the partners, collaborators, and communities that we are engaged with? What is the sphere of our influence as the College of Economics and Management Sciences? But I thought, let me just see how the time goes to start with a few introductory comments before we go into the panorama of engaged scholarship at Unisa. If I could have some techie experts, I would just like to sort of switch on so that you would be able to see the screen as well. Thank you so much.
Do you have presentation?
Yes.
Yeah. Can you put it on presenter mode, please? Is this it?
Shame, time is gone. Okay. All right, great stuff. Okay. So how do I?
It's not on presenter mode yet.
But it is on there. Up there.
Look, but I'm saying here.
Okay.
You can just continue presenting.
Okay, so I think the tech has decided for me what we will do. Okay, colleagues, on your screen, you would be able to see the CEMS profile for the year 2025. So let's dig into it. As we go into the data, we can see that you have a total of 27 projects for the year 2025. And of these projects, you can see a few indicators on the screen. Firstly, we have 5 projects that have described themselves as flagships. This means these 5 projects are describing themselves as the cream of the crop, the best of the best, the most advanced, world-class projects. That's because when you cross-check our categorizations of our projects, it's the Engaged Scholarship Project model, you will see a full descriptor of the flagship project. The flagship project is able to seamlessly cohere engaged teaching and learning, research, and development praxis. The flagship project does not see teaching and learning, research, and engagement as separates, but is able to seamlessly integrate this within the project space. The flagship projects are best practice in terms of project planning, best practice in terms of project budgeting, best practice in terms of allocation of tasks and duties to the team members. No one person is carrying the burden. The work is being shared based on the skills and intelligences of the project team. This is a team that is high impact, high delivery. So those projects who identify themselves as flagships, please do go back to the criteria for what is a flagship to double check whether indeed your project can be defined as a flagship and whether it is indeed cutting edge, breaking new ground, establishing new and refreshed and revised theory, breaking the orthodoxy of practice and theory, breaking silos. This is what we would like to see in the flagships. So in the college, we see a split between the new ideas, the novel ideas, the innovation projects that are driving innovation in their spaces, and outreach. And so we would love to see more projects come into the flagship range. Colleagues, do not miss this opportunity to showcase your scholarship globally, not just in the country or in certain provinces, but in the nation, in SADC, across the African regions, across the continent, and around the world. Through our technology, through our information and communication technologies, we can do that now better than ever before. Sorry. And so we would really love to encourage you. See the Engaged Scholarship space as a wonderful space where theory and practice converge, where multi, inter, and transdisciplinarity converges for solving big problems. See the Engaged Scholarship space where your teaching and your research converge and is empowered through engagement. See the Engaged Scholarship space as a space for you to create your spheres of influence and impact. See the Engaged Scholarship space as a space for you to have critical dialogue partners, advisors, co-writers who can advise on curricular gaps, who can advise on disruptors that are emerging. See the Engaged Scholarship space as a space to draw knowledge which is situated outside of the academy into the academy, and knowledge that is normally stuck within the academy in publications to be mobilized to government, business, and civil society. Now, when we go to, if we look at our ethical clearance, we can see in the College of Economics and Management Sciences some interesting data, if it would just appear. There we go. So here we can see the ethical clearances against a few indicators. Firstly, we can see the ethical clearance, that means the research taking place in specific regions. So we can see a concentration in Gauteng. And this does not have to be the case, colleagues. We are the university of the land. We are not the university of a province or a city. We are the university of the land. And so we could, through our ICTs, be making very effective networks across the country. And we could be working with national organizations that have a national footprint for us to widen our reach. And so, when we look at our regional reach, we can see here, this is where our projects are located. As we come to end-year reporting season, I want to implore you, should your project have reached further than what you've indicated in the project plans, because this is all project plan data, then do update your report. Make sure you mention that you've had national reach, or that you've reached many provinces, or that you've reached countries outside of South Africa. We do have all of these indicators on the Engaged Scholarship app for you to share your reach. Now, when you have a look at the focus areas of CEMS, so we can see the number of projects to these key focus areas. The lion's share of the projects are working obviously in the area of quality education and other themes that are aligned. So we can see quality education coming up as the key focus area in the projects, followed by entrepreneurship, followed by environmental sustainability, inequality, labor, and it goes all the way to anti-corruption, I'm just wondering about the project that is working on coronavirus. I'm interested to know if you're still on coronavirus. Yes, because there are some ongoing studies. I'm just wanting to know whether this is like, you know, a failure to update it, or indeed there is studies going on about this. And then you can see other matters, human rights, social matters, social sustainability, work with vulnerable groups, and so on. So this is the data that is emerging from your project plans for 2025. We should be seeing a great deal more data coming in by the end year. So please don't sell yourself short. This data goes to a number of entities within the university. It goes to the Senate Teaching, Learning and Community Engagement Committee. It goes to the Social Ethics Committee of Council. It goes to DHET, because DHET, we have to submit reports on our engaged teaching and learning outputs, as well as our engaged research outputs. Further to that, it also goes to university ranking agencies, because the university submits reports to ranking agencies to show that our scholarship is supporting sustainable development, and to show the evidence. So when the reporting is weak and the evidence is poor, it doesn't do justice to the wonderful work that you are indeed doing. So colleagues, this business intelligence is available to you. You have it on Microsoft Teams, and you will be able to access the college data at any time. We can pull data on the SDGs, have a look at where the concentrations are, and in CEMS we can see a concentration at decent work and economic growth. So we can actually see, according to the development indicators, even the niche areas where research is happening. In terms of, through our ethical clearances, we are able to see what is this ethical clearance linked to in terms of the development indicators as well as the niche areas. The College of Economics and Management Sciences has indicated the following risks. These are risks identified by the project leaders. We can see the top risks are health, safety, and security, followed by a relationship between Unisa and our community organizations, and the third risk being funding and project financial management. And so these are risks that we need to actively mitigate. Our country, I remember, back in the day, we could freely go in and out of many places, many communities. But I noticed over the last, say, 10 years, but with special focus over the last 5 years, things are becoming increasingly strained. You can go into a community and suddenly find yourself in a public protest. You can be driving on the way to Orange Farm, and you may be on that highway on that end, and suddenly trucks are being blown up on the road. All of these examples are things that have actually happened to us. And so you can maybe training in a community hall, and then there's a big fight with the councillor whose office is next to the hall. We've dealt with all of this. You may be training in a TVET college somewhere, and then the students embark on a sudden protest, and they're throwing stones on all the windows and busting it. So we've encountered everything you can think of. And so we really need to be ready and be extra cautious with our work and make sure that we take the necessary precautions. Here we see the focus areas for CEMS. These are your target groups. So we can see a lot of our projects supporting our students. And so we are seeing that CEMS projects are not only involved in the external entities and the development work across government, business, and communities and civil society, but CEMS projects are also very hard at work supporting higher education students, deepening their civic engagement, and positioning our students as constructive citizenry who will be able to enter into business, enter into the workplace, enter into entrepreneurial activity, and do so knowing the environment, knowing the policies, being confident and adequately equipped. So there's a whole list of target audiences that CEMS projects reach. I mean, we can go all the way down: communities affected by digital divide, persons affected by food insecurity, persons affected by crime, law enforcement personnel, healthcare workers, municipal workers, governance bodies, persons affected by unemployment or underemployment. So this is the wide range of your, the groups and the community participants that your projects are working with. We can see NGOs and so on. Then, in terms of your sustainability indicators, we can see how our projects are aligned to the Agenda 2063, which is the development aspirations of the African continent. And we can also see that CEMS is concentrated in a prosperous Africa, based on inclusive growth and sustainable development. So our projects in the college are collectively really advancing this development aspiration of Agenda 2063. Okay, I know what that means. Okay, so I'm going to quit with all of this. There's more data here. I can even show you your plans for engaged research for this year. How many research outputs you said you will produce this year. But the end year reports will tell us what was actually produced. And I can also show you the engaged teaching and learning data based on your project plans. Come end year reporting, we will know what was actually produced. So, colleagues, I'm going to leave that part there, and I'm now going to go with the two minutes that you gave me. I need to say some things. I need to get some things off my chest. Can I ask you to just sit here? You know, I know a girl in heels needs a chair. Okay, colleagues, I'm going to do this fast. Oh, I didn't realize it's still showing. That's amazing. Okay. Okay, let's do this fast. There's some very important things we need to constantly come back to. Higher education is not merely a pathway to employment or a pathway to a certificate. It is a sacred space of possibility. And if you connect with the sacredness of the possibilities, it will revolutionize your careers. Engaged scholarship is a space where you can position yourself. You can connect your scholarship to the needs of the world. You can become a world-class change maker. Don't deny yourself that opportunity. Don't just be satisfied with the career that graduates students and promotes yourself. Your power is greater than that. And so, remember, as our dean said earlier on, we have the power for liberation. We can liberate, okay? Oh, sorry, okay. Okay. So we have the power to liberate. We can liberate, together with our students, our minds. We can free our minds from mental slavery. What else? We can do that with our students. We can do that with the nation. We can do that with the economic sector. We can do that with the powers that design the global economies. We can cultivate the capacity to envision futures beyond the constraints of the present. Don't just craft curricula or research as far as you can see the end of your nose. There is a great future which is unraveling itself today. Engaged scholars are the scholars that are most connected. They can see things coming before it even comes. And the reason for that is that they are very, very much engaged. They are connected to what is going on in their world. Then, we must remember that higher education at its most authentic is not transactional. It's not just a mechanism for credentialing. It is a transformative praxis. Take a moment to look at your epistemology and how it connects with the ethics that are required for liberation. We need to look at how we can emancipate the epistemic deadlock that we have been experiencing to celebrate the richness of our knowledge heritages. We need to have an ontological awakening so that we can imagine alternate modes of being. I'm tired of the categorizations of poor, rich, haves, have-nots. How can we reimagine a society that is not locked in these concepts? How do we transform societies? How do we question the pathologies of power that are governing the time in which we are living in? We are seeing these pathologies of power in every sector, in every space. We are seeing that power, when it is unchecked, becomes sickly, disease-like, pathological. It forces silence, it excludes, it exploits. We must expose and critique systems of domination, economic, racial, gendered, or ecological. We must equip students not just with skills, but with critical consciousness, which is the sole requirement of life. We must be aware that power, when unexamined, becomes pathological. When we reflect on the economic and finance powers that control the world, there is deep pathology. Are we accepting it as it is, or are we daring to reimagine and re-envision a more just economy? And so, when we look at this, we realize that CEMS is not just a college. It's a place of convergence where we bring together multi, inter, and transdisciplinarity, intersectoral knowledge, organic intellectuals, intellectuals rooted within the academy, and we create a convergent space so that we can solve the problems of our society. For government who seeks policy innovation and the intelligences and the intellectual capacity to determine the gaps in policy. For business that seeks ethical and sustainable growth amidst shaking times. For civil society that seeks voice and justice. And for our communities that seek dignity and development. CEMS is the bridge, mobilizing knowledge to serve public good, to advance progress in manner that does not punish the poor and favor the rich. CEMS is a nexus for societal convergence. It is a place where we do not just teach or research, we transform. We are knowledge creators, generating new insights. We are knowledge mobilizers, translating theory into praxis. We are knowledge integrators, where we are bridging disciplinary and societal and sectoral divides. We identify gaps. We illuminate the spaces that contribute to the gaps, the insecurity, the instability, the disequilibriums. We understand that economy is intrinsically linked to ecology. The Greek word oikos provides us a unique word from where we get the English economy and ecology. The root word is oikos. That means there can be no economic progress without understanding our connectedness to the cosmos, to the planet, and to the entire inhabited household, which is the earth. And so there can be no economy without the consideration of the ecology. And so we at CEMS are creating these critical nexus so that we can connect thinking. We can connect thinking that will create regenerative economics, planetary stewardship, intergenerational responsibility and sustainability. Such is the greatness of this college. Such is the power that you have. Such is the power of your networks and your collaborations. You decolonize the curricula because you work in a rooted manner, seeking the knowledge heritages of our continent. You embrace transdisciplinary research. You ground learning in experience. You also ensure that we have engaged scholarship, where it's not just us believing that ourselves and our peers know it all, but we are deliberate in our search for information, knowledge, wisdom, and insight. We take away the silos and the boundaries. And so, as you continue with this work, CEMS, my salute goes out to you. We are amidst a shaking global order where everything we have known and lived through is changing in our time. What is the future that we envision and we dream? How can we create the curricula and the research that advances that future? And so with that, colleagues, I will leave it there to encourage you to continue. Don't miss the opportunity for you to be seen, for you to be using a life well lived. Don't miss that opportunity. And secondly, please do ensure that your NJ reports are in. And that you have provided the great evidence of your work this year. Trust me, there are entities looking for stories of impact around the world. Do you know that the United Nations has recognized Unisa as a global best practice in this area? We are indeed, as our Dean has notified us, we are ahead of the game. We have a long way to go. We have many struggles, many rivers to cross, many mountains to climb, but we are getting there. I want to thank you all. I wish you well. I pray for God's continued protection over you and blessings over your personal lives, your health, your finances, your family, your career. And I wish you all the best. Let's close this year with a victory sound that Unisa College of Economics and Management Sciences is fully engaged. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
If it was up to me, Dr. James, I was not going to actually stop your presentation. I honestly wasn't, but she also asked us to actually stop her. So thank you very, very much for such a wonderful presentation. I think it was interesting above everything to know where we as CEMS are and how far we've actually gone to this day. So thank you very, very much for that presentation. And to every project leader that's here, remember her words where she actually invited everyone to start engaging in global scholarship. So thank you so much for that presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, next on the program, we will be inviting Ms. Josephine Njunguna, who will be giving us a presentation on CFA Research Challenge. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's an HDMI.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Good morning, colleagues. My name is Josephine Njuguna, and I'm from the Department of Finance, Risk Management, and Banking. I'm representing the team that deals with the CFA Research Challenge.
So the CFA Research Challenge was initiated in 2013 by Professor Godfrey Marozwa. Him himself being a CFA charter and member, he thought it would be wise to bring this to give our students that experiential experience of being a research analyst. So this challenge and this CE project is hosted in the Department of Finance, Risk Management and Banking. The CFA Research Challenge is a global competition where we have university students that work in teams, and they're able to analyze publicly traded companies by writing detailed equity research reports, and then through that then they come up with their investment recommendations. We select students from the BCom Honors Financial Management program, specifically the portfolio management course, because they would have been able to do all the investment management courses. We are a team of 12 academics in the DFRB, and we work also with our students by assisting them. And through this team, we're able also to work with an industry mentor to help curate this report. So what is the CFA Research Challenge? First of all, someone will ask, what is the CFA? The CFA is an organization called the CFA Institute, which is a global, not-for-profit organization that provides finance education for investment professionals by promoting the highest standards of ethics, education, and excellence. They help to shape the future of the industry for the ultimate benefit of the society. So through this challenge, they created this competition to be able to provide students hands-on mentoring and intensive training in financial analysis and professional ethics. They're able to do this by being able to get hands-on experience of being research analysts. Each university team is analyzed in valuation, analytics, report writing, as well as presentation skills. How it works is that the CFA Institute has a society in South Africa through which this CFA society works with the universities to be able to have one team of 3 to 5 students, or sometimes we've been lucky to have two teams where we have about 10 students who work on their research report. So these teams are able to research and analyze publicly traded companies. In this year, the students were able to analyze the Woolworths Holding Company. They prepare their written report, and then they're able to then determine whether to buy or sell or hold that particular company. So the students get advice from the academics as well as the industry mentor. This is someone who works in an investment company, and then they work hand in hand with the students to be able to give them that experience on what is appropriate in a research report. So the competition itself has local level competitions. So you can see on the right, these are the universities that participated in South Africa. From there, it goes on, the best teams are then chosen. From there, they go on to the sub-regional. So we have Sub-Saharan Africa, East Africa, West Africa. They choose the best team. And then from there, it goes on to the regional, where there's Europe, Middle East, and Africa. They choose a team, and then it goes on to the global competition. So the research report itself consists of 5 sections. It has, and these 5 sections enable them to combine their general investment or the general experience that they've received in their degrees. For example, they combine knowledge in business management, accounting, economics, and investments as well. So they're able then to do the business overview, a competitive analysis, which is mainly economics and business management focused. Their valuations in financial statements, risk analysis, financial analysis. We also look into environmental sustainability of this company's social sustainability and ethical governance. So the main aim of this research challenge is, and what we can really be proud of, is we're able to stimulate the real-world tasks of equity. Research analysts and students get this experience hands-on. So by providing our students the exposure and professional research standards, ethics, and in using analytical tools. The key of this challenge and this CE project is to be able to increase graduateness. Through industry mentorship, we've been able to work with investment companies where they invite our students to come in and be there to be trained for a whole week. And where they're able to do this whole process of writing the research report with investment professionals. This has really helped them in terms of being able to network. They're able to get that practical experience. They're also able to use this as a portfolio of evidence, which they can include in their CVs. And through working with the CFA Institute, they also get that credibility and enhancement of their reputation of working with such a highly regarded organization. Other than that, that's it with me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, ma'am. Just in time, I was about to stand. So you made it. I think everybody should follow that example. From now on, that's your time, about 8 minutes or so, or that's the record. Thank you very much for the presentation, letting us know about the CFA challenge. I think next up would be Mrs. Nyalela with the presentation of managerial skills. And then for those who sent in their presentations, we have your presentations on this laptop here. But if you feel that, the presentation will look better on your laptop, you are allowed to bring it forward. We won't deny you. Thank you.
Yeah, I was hoping you could move it. Thank you so much.
Speak next to the mic. Don't worry, I'll stand.
Right. Good morning, everyone. My name is Mrs. Nyalela, and I'm representing my team from the Department of Marketing and Retail Management. And our project is called the Managerial Skills. Right. So our project is about empowering SMEs through academic engagement and practical business support. So this initiative is led by the Department of Marketing and Retail Management in collaboration with CEDA. It bridges academics' expertise with real-world business needs. So our goal is to strengthen small businesses by combining academic insight, mentorship, and professional industry support. So here's a quick overview of what I will be covering today. So I will basically talk about the project overview. I will also highlight some expert workshops that we've had with the different SMEs, and then I will also talk about our case studies that we were able to write from this project, and then we'll also look at the key outcomes that are covered within this specific project. So let's look at the managerial skills workshop. It is a project that is ongoing collaboration with the Department of CEDA. At the start of each year, SMEs are identified through a screening process, through a questionnaire to ensure the suitability for the program. Once selected, they sign a consent form and are assigned to lecture teams, usually groups of 2 or 4, to provide a personalized business consultations and recommendations. This structured approach ensures that every SME receives focused academic and professional support throughout the year. We felt that the smaller the group, it's easier for the SMEs to get that personalized touch and the group members to be able to understand the SME in detail. Our academics combine 3 core elements, which is academic expertise, industry partnerships, and practical support. Our lectures also provide marketing management and strategic guidance. Industry experts conduct specialized workshops covering topics like finance, branding, and social media. And we've noted that these workshops that we have tend to be extremely helpful to the SMEs because of the feedback that we get from them. Our ongoing mentorship ensures that not only our SMEs gaining knowledge, but apply it effectively in their daily operations. So there is also a follow-up after we've had consultations with the SME to ensure that the strategies that we've given them, are they implemented, and how are these helping to grow their businesses. So let's look at some of the workshops that we've had. One of our most impactful workshop was the social media mastery presented by Ms. Angela Bloom. She focused on helping SMEs select the right social media platforms, craft compelling content, and engage audiences effectively. Participants learned practical ways to build brand visibility online, which has been instrumental in helping small businesses expand their digital presence. One also key thing we noted is that a lot of the SMEs did not have a lot of social media or social media presence. And having this workshop, we noticed that it really, really helped them with increasing their social media engagement. So, another workshop that we also had was our finance. So we collaborate with colleagues, delivered a PowerPoint presentation on financial management and budgeting. So we had a workshop with the people from the finance department who did a workshop to teach our SMEs about finance and budgeting. This covered cash flow management, budget creation, and financial forecasting techniques. Many of the SMEs struggle with financial planning, so this session gave them practical tools to monitor expenses, project income, and make more informed business decisions. One of the other projects or workshops that we had was called our Legal Matters workshop. This Legal Matters workshop was held by one Mr. Nhlakanipho Gumate, who shared insight into legal compliance and ethical practices. We also had a workshop that was led by Mr. Pat Mahlangu, a branding excellence workshop that helped participants refine their brand identity, positioning, and messaging. We had banking specialists present finding and risk management solutions critical for businesses' growth and specifically their stability. So now let's look at some of the case studies or the SMEs that we worked with. One SME our first case study was called Mponeng Creative Solutions. It's a youth-owned catering and events company based in Soshanguve. Through our support, they adopted WhatsApp business automation, introduced banding gazebos, and refined their digital marketing. They've since gained stronger brand visibility and improved their market segmentation strategies. Their feedback was that it was very informative and valuable and reflects the real impact of our collaboration. That's just some of the feedback that we were actually able to get from that specific owner. The next case study that we also worked on was called Patsima Brand Ambassadors. They focus on sustainable construction using MI panels technology. Our intervention supported their rebranding with the slogan, Green and Fast. The launch of a professional website and the development of standardized building packages. They also built strong supplier partnerships and formalized business processes. Patsima is now positioning itself as a key provider of sustainable housing solutions within South Africa. Our other one was the Crystal Hope Bookstore, which promotes literacy and supports local authors, while KB Holding provides safe township-based delivery solutions. Both businesses benefited from enhanced digital marketing, community partnerships, and branding strategies. They've expanded their customer reach, improved online visibility, and are now on track for scalable growth. These examples from these SMEs we've worked with show targeted mentorship drives tangible process in different sectors. So what is the outcome and the impact of our projects? Across the program, we have worked with 9 SMEs and our 4 industry experts. Key areas of impact include digital transformation, branding excellence, and financial capability. Business developed stronger social media strategies, created websites which were not there before, and improved customer engagement. They also achieved clearer brand identities, better financial planning, and improved access to funding opportunities. In short, we've seen real empowerment through measurable business growth. Here are a few testimonials that we were able to get from our business owners. One saying that I'm really grateful for this meeting as it has been informative. Another one just saying, I now understand how to connect with our community. This testimonials and feedback from the SME really does empower us because it shows the great work and initiatives we are able to do for these SMEs. As part of our knowledge-sharing component, Mr. Jade Butler from JUTA conducted a workshop on case study writing. We did this workshop before we were able to put our case studies together so that it would aid to ensure that when we write our case studies, we really were able to keep to a standard that we wanted. So 9 case studies were developed from our consultation, serving as a valuable resource for teaching and research. Risk and branding experts presented funding opportunities for our different SMEs and risk management techniques, ensuring SMEs can sustain their growth even after the project has ended. So one of the biggest impacts, thank you, I'm closing. So this is our pride and joy. From the case studies we've had, we've actually been able to publish a case study book that our department is very, very proud of. And this case study book is one that our lecturers use actually in some of the modules to teach the students. So thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. I think your project kind of shows that we are a global college at work. I think I should probably put that on a couple of gazebos and T-shirts. I will then take my credit in other means. Thank you. All right, moving right along. The next presentation will be about the West Rand Engaged Scholarship Project. I would like to call up Prof. Tlongwane.
Which one?
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Well, I believe that the devotion that we got this morning will help me to comply with time limits. Ladies and gents, mine is to talk about what the Department of Public Administration is doing insofar as engaged scholarship is concerned. Our engaged scholarship, it's entitled West and Far West Rand Engaged Scholarship Project, and commonly known in the department as CH 5200. I'll just give you a bit of a background regarding this engaged scholarship project that we are undertaking. This CH 5200 engaged scholarship, it's located in the West Rand District Municipality. And we started this project around 2015. At that time, it was under the auspices of Professor Nila, who is now retired. And this West Rand District Municipality that we are talking about consists of 3 local municipalities, and that is Merafong Local Municipality, the Mogale City Local Municipality, as well as the Rand West City Local Municipality. You find this area in the West Rand. And this district consists of 3 major economic activities, and that includes manufacturing, mining, as well as community service. That's where the government comes in. And you'll understand these things when I zoom a little bit in terms of what we are doing there. We are subdivided into 4 projects. The first one being a Western Area project, which is headed by myself. And the second sub-project is Carltonville sub-project, headed by Dr. Muckleneuk. Third one, it's Stelfontein sub-project, headed by Professor Malefane, who was unable to join us today due to illness. And the fourth and the last sub-project is Fenter's Post sub-project, which is headed by our Honorable Dr. Lowe. So what is it that we have identified in the area? For instance, there are multiple problems that we have identified in the area. For instance, there is a problem of sinkholes in the area, more especially in the Kutsong township, next to Carltonville. And also, the other problem that we have identified there is the dolomitic areas. For instance, when you look at this bottom picture here, you would see that there is a formal settlement and also the informal settlement, the bottom right picture. That informal settlement there is located on the dolomitic area. Very, very dangerous. That's why the government is unable to formalize that area. They cannot build any houses, otherwise they will wait the ground. Those people can die as a result if they were to build any buildings, because they will be heavy on the ground. And then that may result in serious calamities. What you see there in the first top left picture there, that's what is likely to happen if they were to build any picture, because it's going to weigh the ground and the ground will collapse eventually. So they are avoiding such a situation. So what you see there in the top left picture, it's what is happening in Kutsong because of dolomite. So that the ground keeps on collapsing. So people are unable to build proper structure. Some people are abandoning their houses as a result. So, moreover, we have a problem of dysfunctional sewer systems. When you look at the bottom left there, that's just one example of a dysfunctional sewer system. This is just it's not just a separate or an isolated case, but this is very rife in the area. But we'll show you what happened later due to our intervention in the area as peaceful activists. So the other issue there that we have noted there, it's contamination of surface and groundwater as a result of mining activities. As I've correctly pointed out in my introduction, that mining is one of the major economic activities taking place within the West Rand District municipality. So we have identified the other fourth and the last problem there. It's the inadequate support for small and medium enterprises. So we have noted that there isn't conducive environment for the SMMEs to thrive because of lack of support from government. But now, in terms of our approach, what methodological approach are we using to engage our stakeholders in the area? We use what we call participatory action research. And then this allows us to work collaboratively with multiple stakeholders, ranging from the mining sector, the government officials, as well as communities. So the knowledge that we generate there, it also comes from our interactions with communities. The communities share their lived experiences with us, and then we come from the academic perspective and also infuse our knowledge in terms of research, and we're able to come out with solutions regarding the problems that they are facing in the area. So we are helping both the communities as well as the government to tackle the problems that are prevailing in the area. Now, in terms of the outcomes from our engagement, we have noted that our engagement has resulted in a situation where now we are able to draw quite a number of case studies that we are able to utilize for our PQM in the Department of Public Administration and Management. For instance, the B admin in human settlements module. So really we're quite able to draw a number of cases there that we're able to utilize, and also for our short learning programs as well. So I just mentioned the modules and also module codes there and the programs that benefit from what we do in the area. So case studies, of course, relates to local economic development, wastewater management projects, as well as the progress that has been made insofar as human settlement is concerned. So I'm very much careful to infuriate, but I'm just closing, I'm wrapping up now. So in terms of research, colleagues, we can boldly report that this year only, we have, now the number has gone up. It's 6 articles that we have published this year. That comes from our collaboration with communities there. So 8 articles are still in progress. They are under review with different journals. But let me pause there, colleagues. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Is it? Oh, sorry. Thank you, Prof. I'm sorry, today keeping time is part of my KPI, so if I get it wrong, that's a -0 from my end. Ladies and gentlemen, next on the program, I'd like to invite Mrs. N. David and Dr. L. Nduna, who are going to be giving us a presentation on tourism capacity building. And may that devotion help you, please. We're going to move this.
I think the program directors must just note that Mrs. I think she spoke first. Janguna has given us her 2 minutes that she didn't use. So the Honorable Futi, just note, the Honorable has given us her 2 minutes, which we have respectfully accepted. So I thank you.
Can we just say, we don't know of such transactions. Just like the SARS one, it's not complete.
Back office. Thank you so much. Good morning. So my name is Nandipa David, and I'm here with Dr. Nduna. We initially had Ms. Mahlangu, but she is not well. But because we're in the business of capacity building, Dr. Nduna is now here. We just want to introduce you. Are you seeing my screen? There we go. Just to introduce you to our team, which in itself is a presentation of breaking silos and being multidisciplinary, where we've got people in specialization in tourism, entrepreneurship, as well as economics. So that's our team. And the approach that we follow when it comes to our engaged scholarship and research is where we look at staff capacity building, which speaks to engaged teaching and curriculation, community capacity building, which is engaged collaboration, as well as student capacity building. And all of this is informed and anchored in the UN development goals of no poverty, zero hunger, gender equality, speaking to marginalized groups and looking at decent work and economic growth, sustainable cities and communities, as well as partnerships for goals. So the number of projects that we committed to this year, which we're 100% going to provide evidence for, include an MCOM from Ms. Margaret Jones, who has graduated. We have already published one of the Springer books, which was in collaboration with our master's students as well. We are working on another Routledge book project as well. Thank you so much. The applause doesn't count for time. And then we also submitted a tender for the Limpopo Master Plan. And we've also participated in a number of workshops and events with our strategic partners, the National Department of Tourism, as well as participating in the National Tourism Career Expo, the IMEX MPI Future Leaders Program, and participated in a number of panel and speaker invitations that we have honored. And all of these evidence we will present briefly to you after this in the next slides. We also have an MOU with African tourism partners, where through this MOU we've been able to help our students participate in the 7th Africa Youth in Tourism Innovation Summit. We've also participated in the African Tourism Leadership Forum, and then we've also presented a number of SLPs in the MICE Masterclass, as well as the Executive Development Program that Dr. Nduna is going to speak to you about. So I mentioned that one of the initiatives that we did was to participate in a tender application where we have proposed, we submitted a proposal to assist the Limpopo Tourism in their growth strategy and their tourism master plan. I was fortunate to sit in on this tender briefing, and we were the only academic institution that was presented there, and thank you. Thank you. And we were able to leverage on our strengths to be able to provide the research-based evidence for this project. And we also will capacitate our students who will partner with us in working with this in the regions as well. We've also made submissions for grants with the CAT CETA to assist with the women who want to participate in our development program. We've also received funding through our MOU with African tourism partners to fund our students to participate in a number of their initiatives, which included the MICE Masterclass that was held, and we had a number of students and ourselves that were able to participate in that. We've also then being able to participate in a rural tourism capacity building initiative with the Department of Tourism, where we had Prof. Nelly Swart and Megadebe, who were presenting on entrepreneurship and its relevance to tourism, as well as jobs and career opportunities in tourism. We also had Dr. Shabalala, who was attending the Ecotourism Guest Lecturer Seminar, which was hosted by the Vaal University of Technology, where she presented on ecotourism as a tool for environmental education and conservation and beyond. We also had Ms. Mahlangu present with the Gauteng Educators Development Program, and she presented on technologies in tourism, which was very important, especially in the age of AI, where our high school students are now being exposed to this, and this is now to capacitate the educators in this space. So this was a very powerful and impactful initiative. We've also then participated in the Tourism Educator Development Workshop that was where Mekhatebe and Prof. Nelly presented in the Western Cape in their development program. I've also been able to participate in the C20 Tourism Working Group, which is one of the G20 initiatives, and we have had our policy brief has been formalized and approved, and it is now ready for presentation as part of the G20, so this policy pack has been presented. And then we've also had Dr. Nduna, who's also participating in a nationwide event which is part of the G20 community engagement, and she's been to a number of town hall meetings, recently in Rustenburg, and she'll be going to Lusikisiki, I think, next week to present us there as well. So we're doing a lot of work, and but the one that we're really most proud of, and I'd like Dr. Nduna to present on, is where we are breaking barriers, especially with our students, where we're providing them with possibly once-in-a-lifetime opportunities.
As Ms. David has already introduced you to one of the flagship, or rather the project we're very proud of, is breaking barriers. We are in the business of tourism, and we found that we cannot be talking and teaching our students about tourism, but we're not giving them an opportunity to experience. So with various MOUs that we have, we are taking our students. The first one that we are doing, our students are participating in the Future Leaders. These are challenges where our students are expected to come up with solutions that are solving real-life problems in the tourism industry. And the two ones which were presented by our students is the Regen Experience Proposal, and as well as the Clean Water for All, Empowering Youth Innovative Solutions for Clean Water and Sanitation Summit 2026. The next one that we did is that our students went to Dubai in the beginning of the year, where they formed part. Let me declare, they actually started in Joburg. Our Unisa students were third. They were given a problem to solve in the hospitality industry, and their project got third position. They got all flights, accommodation paid for to go to Dubai for this lake. Ladies and gentlemen, just to focus, what we really enjoy about this is the exposure that it gives our students. When they come back from these challenges, they have never been the same. We have Ms. Nazreen there. She started as our master's student. She was guiding the students. Now she's a PhD student, and she's working for another institution. The other students have job opportunities with the industry leaders, and they have advanced so much. And that is what we talk about, student support, and as well as having collaboration with the industry through the MOUs that we have in order to capacitate our students. I took another set of students to Senton, where they also came up with a project in food saving in the hospitality industry. These students have been invited also to participate in Dubai next year, 2026, where they will be paired, where they're supposed to be paired with students from other institutions. So they will not just be Unisa students, they are paired with other students from the Middle East Africa, where what is beautiful about this is that they do various courses, design thinking, problem solving, and coming up with prototypes that can be implemented. From these students, we also took them to Mpumalanga, where they participated in the G20. And our two women students, they formed part of the third team that actually presented at the ministerial meeting in Kruger National Park. They came up with prototypes that all these prototypes have been incubated by the Department of Tourism. And here are some of the pictures, and Prof. Swart was one of the judges there. And it is amazing, ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, to see what this does for our students. If we can, let's open up the industry to them. Let's show them what are the possibilities out there. And I believe that our students, Unisa students, are problem solvers. In closing, these are all the things that Ms. David has actually alluded to or spoke about, where we've presented MSc cruise ships with internship with our students, short learning programs with the Women Empowerment Program, and as well as various curriculum development that we have done in our project. I thank you.
Thank you.
We needed to give us all the time.
We did say 10 minutes. Yeah, y'all should have started with the Dubai trip first, and then we would have maybe allocated you more time. But well done, well done, well done. And I think, as the young ones say, from Muckleneuk to the world. Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, this next time, I think the next 10 minutes, we are going to do a Q&A. If you have any questions emanating from the presentations that have been done, please queue up your question, and then the project leaders will be able to answer you. And I think after the Q&A, we'll then go outside and then see the stalls or the presentations that the projects have done outside for you. So I think we're going to take this time now where I will then take questions from you, and then the project leaders will then answer. Just to sort of like go through the presentations that were done. CFA Research Challenge, managerial skills, the West Rand Engaged Scholarship Project, and then the tourism capacity building. If you have any questions, there's a little device in front of you where you can press a button, it will then light up, and then you'll be able to then speak into it, and then it will broadcast your question, and then the project leader will then answer the question. But also when you ask the question, please say which project you're talking about. We can maybe put up our hands and I'll then point to you, and then you can ask your question, and then we'll take it from there. Okay, we'll start here, and then Prof, I saw your hand. I think it's the button on the left, if I'm not mistaken. Or could be right. Either way, it's a button. Ooh, maybe a bit louder than your normal voice, Prof. Okay, no problem. I'll repeat it for you. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Oh, there's the traditional mic too.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. I really enjoyed the presentation on tourism and the one that was involving students. So congratulations to the department and to the group. It's really formidable what you colleagues are doing that is involving the students. So my question with regards to the coordination of involving the students and taking the students that is to these particular platforms is just maybe to get ideas as to how did you actually go about it in terms of maybe funding for the students, as to how that was actually put together so that we can then learn, because we have had initiatives that involve students. If I can maybe just make an example. This year, we were invited by Brand SA to the tourism Indaba in Durban, but it was more going to be on branding. I think the invitation, obviously, it came in. We didn't really have enough time, but we were then advised to say that for next year, Brand SA would like to take some of our colleagues and students in terms of understanding nation branding, and obviously inculcating that is with the tourism Indaba that is in Durban, because I think it's taking place still in Durban. So that is really my question, just to understand as to how did you go about it so that we can learn a thing or two from you colleagues. Thank you.
Colleagues, do you want to do that now? How did you get to Dubai?
our mural for students to apply. Then we go through interviews. We first of all check their credit records and we advertise, then we interview the students, then we select the teams based on that. With regards to the first leg of the Sandton, our students are so committed that we did make them aware that they'll have to pay for their own transport to get to Sandton. I had one student from KZN, she flew down to participate. I had one student from Eastern Cape, it was his first time coming to Joburg, and he took a bus. And going back, Prof. Swart, I'm actually donated for him to fly back to the Eastern Cape. Going to Dubai, because they won third position, we won third position as Unisa, the MIA, which is the Middle East Africa Future Leaders Challenge, they paid for the students' flight and accommodation, and we requested from our college for support, from the department for support for the visa applications. We also have Kath Sita that usually sponsors our students. So we always try to tap wherever we have our MOUs to see where can we get funds for the students and to try our level best to knock on various doors as to where we can get support from. So that's how we've been dealing with it. Thank you.
All right, are there any other questions? Show of hands. I think the answer was align with your CETAs, go through your MOUs, find the money. Anybody else?
Thank you so much for the opportunity. Maybe this question has already been answered. I'm sorry, I just went out. It's on the West Rand project. Where is government? What is municipalities saying? Because government, academia, and other stakeholders should co-construct solutions for the community. And I do not see active efforts from government.
You want to answer?
I can answer. Yes, thank you, Prof, for the question. It's just that we didn't have enough time to share what we have done in the project, to share some of the pictures. Last day when we made a presentation, we showed pictures where we made some interventions, where we brought in the Department of Water and Sanitation. We asked them to intervene in the project, and they released funds to assist the municipality to deal with the singles. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? The floor is still open. This is your chance. Going once? Twice? Nobody's interested in how to get to Dubai anymore? Okay. All right. I think with that, thank you very much to the groups that have, or to the projects that have presented so far. You are showing us that we not just, sitting in team meetings, saying nothing from my side, having reactions of we are definitely working. So for now, I think I'm gonna allow everybody to go outside, look at the stalls, maybe see more pictures, ask more questions, and then I will then come outside, bring you back in for part 2 of our program, and then we'll take it from there. So you're more than welcome to leave. Thank you. You may go now.
and gentlemen, can I please have your attention, please? Thank you. Can we please take our seats because we need to resume. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you took the opportunity to actually visit each and every stall that was outside. And yes, we might not have enough time to actually share our work, but as I was outside, there's something that I realized from each and every one that was part of an engaged scholarship program. I saw selflessness, and I saw great sacrifice. And for that, we just want to thank you for sharing your work, for sharing your dedication today. And at this point, we will be continuing with our presentation. Next on the program, we'll be inviting on the podium Dr. Mdluli, and he will be giving us a presentation from the Ignite WISE Engaged Scholarship Project. Thank you. You are left with 9 minutes.
I have a timer in front of me as well.
Started time 11.
You can't start the timer yet. No. We're using yours.
You see? Where is it?
I want to check now.
Where is it?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No, it was by you guys. It was sent to you.
Okay. What's the name of it?
It's IOP. Ask Dr. Mdluli.
Don't you have it here?
No, it's not on my laptop. Otherwise, we must go fetch that laptop outside of Dr. Mdluli.
Let's see. Who did you send it to?
There's Dr. Mdluli sitting.
Wait,
Dr. Mdluli.
Who did you send it to?
Ask her, I don't know.
Okay, cool. Where is she? Timer off. It's not here. Did you send it via email? Yeah. To?
The laptop.
Oh, is it on the register? Okay, cool. I have tourism.
It's Ignite WISE.
National anthem, exhibition, women empowerment.
Yes, Dr. Mdluli.
Okay, cool.
Tell Pussy it's okay. Pussy, it's... Dr. Mdluli, we have it, it's fine.
Okay.
Yes, we found it.
What time is it?
Not yet, I'm going to start it at 11:35. Is it showing?
Yeah, it's not.
Okay, you can press here. You can come to the end, please. Good morning, everyone. We're still in the morning. Dumelang, hindi macheloni, Unisa. My name is Victoria Springbok, and it's my privilege to stand before you today alongside with an incredible Ignite WISE team in representation of our program leader, Dr. Mdluli, Dr. Ntaveleng Mdluli. Together, we are driven by one belief that the true power of education lies not just in what we know, but in how we use that knowledge to ignite change, inspire growth, and empower people. Today, we invite you to the journey with us through the story of Ignite WISE, where psychology meets purpose, where learning meets leadership, and where every spark like this becomes a catalyst for transformation. So,
As we began as more than an idea, it began as a spark, colleagues, rooted in Unisa's Department of Industrial Organizational Psychology, supported by our COD, Dr. Mapala. IgniteWise was founded on the belief that the education and psychology, when guided by compassion and collaboration, can truly transform lives. What started as a project has now grown into a national movement, one that bridges the classrooms into communities, linking theory with real-lived experiences. Through IgniteWise, we don't just reach or teach, we empower. We don't just lead, we connect, building pathways where knowledge becomes action and people becomes change makers. As we continue at IgniteWise, our purpose is grounded in the spirit of Ubuntu. I am because we are. We believe that true transformation happens when we grow together, not in isolation. Our mission is to empower both learners and educators and nurturing a sense of coherence, well-being, and self-determination in everything we do. By weaving together the principles of psychology, leadership, and community engagement, we create a learning space where people rediscover meaning in their work, in their studies, and in connection that unite us all. IgniteWise isn't just about development, it's about human growth through shared purpose. For IgniteWise, collaboration isn't an act, it's our identity. It's the heartbeat that sustains everything we do, enforces and empowers our shared future through knowledge and well-being. As I continue, at the center of this network stands Unisa, offering strong research-led leadership. Around it is our valued collaborators, Sanka, the Department of Labor, NICRO, the Citizen Leadership Lab, and the Senzinkele Counseling and Training Institute, each bringing their own unique expertise. Together, colleagues, they form an ecosystem of change, connecting educators, learners, organizations, and in one continuous circle of growth and empowerment. This is collaboration in motion. This is the IgniteWise way. As I continue, in many rural and township schools, learners often face a lack of structured career guidance, which can lead to ununiform subject choices and limited opportunities. Through IgniteWise, that story is changing. With interactive workshops and mentorships led by Unisa academics and professionals from diverse sectors, we help learners see the new possibilities that was alluded to this morning by Dr. James, as well as new pathways. These expertise empower them to connect their subjects with their strengths and their strengths with their future careers. In doing so, we're not guiding just career choices. We're inspiring purpose, helping young people see that their future is something they can shape with confidence and clarity. And this sense of purpose doesn't end in the classroom. It grows even stronger as learners step into communities that nurture leadership and well-being, taking into account what the tourism group has mentioned and Dr. Laduna have alluded to. And as we continue, as you can see on the slides, going further, there is like our journey of impact. This just demonstrates, colleagues, if you can see, there's pictures of what we are doing at these schools. The true impact of IgniteWise isn't found in statistics or reports that was shown. It's the lives, it's the stories of these people, their lived experiences, qualitative studies. Stories that renewed confidence of educators and learners who have rediscovered purpose and possibilities within themselves. Each story is a reminder of what happens when psychology meets humanity, when learning becomes healing, and when people remember that they already hold the power to change. These are not just success stories. They are stories of transformation when knowledge lights the hope, lights the way of hope, lights the way to hope and of hope. Continue. At the heart of every IgniteWise milestone stands a team as we continue, and you can see there stands a team, diverse, dedicated, and united by purpose. We plan together, we travel together, and we learn together. Everything is together because collaboration isn't just what we do, it's who we are. I'll leave it there. This diversity fuels creativity, colleagues, compassion, and real impact, reminding us that collective effort is what turns ideas into action and passion into progress. As our team grows stronger, so does our ability to reach further, lightening even more, sparking even more, and changing people and lives across the country even more. So colleagues, without further ado, I just want to thank you, and that is my team. Thank you so much. I'm done.
Thank you very much for that wonderful presentation. You actually took less than 9 minutes. Thank you very much. You know, ladies and gentlemen, there's a theme today that I'm picking up, traveling together. Do we also travel to Dubai with you guys as well? See? Ladies and gentlemen, next on the program, we'd like to invite Dr. D.G. Mabasa, who will be giving us a presentation on business, education, and skills. Thank you very much. The HDMI?
Yeah.
The HDMI cable. Where's the ICT guy?
This one is power.
Can you edit here?
The ICT guys, can you come and assist? Then what next? What next? Yeah. Thank you very much, colleagues, and good morning. All protocol observed. Given the limitation of time that I have here, mine, colleagues, is to showcase what we do in business management. Let me start from the end by playing a bit of this video so that, do we have sound here? ICT, sound? I hope my time hasn't started yet.
I don't think we can play it here. We have to play from our side, that side.
Yeah, I want it to be heard.
Unless you played that side.
You played that side. Okay. No, it's fine. They are saying that we have a challenge with the issue of sound. Don't play it, it's fine. Yeah. So, what is happening here on the video that I wanted to play, it's one of the workshops that we run for our students. So what we do is that we go look for the industry leaders, and we bring them to our workshops to assist our students, because our students are tired of listening to us as academics. If you try to organize a workshop and you distribute pamphlet, you say, students come, we are having a workshop, we are training you on this particular subject, you will end up presenting to yourself. So we came up with this innovative way of saying, perhaps these people they are somewhere and they want to listen to a particular voice. So what we do, we go out there in the market, in the industry, and then we negotiate our way. In some other instances we win, in some other instances we don't succeed. So the gentleman that we have seen there, I will come to him a little bit later. So this is a Business Education and Skills Engaged Scholarship Project. So what we seek to do or to achieve with this project is to try to inspire and to motivate these students of ours, especially the final year students, to get this thing out of their minds that when they complete their qualification, somebody must give them a job. So we are saying, given the nature of our economy, because our economy is not growing in the way that we would want it to grow, and we are producing so many graduates, and most of us, we are struggling to be absorbed in the market out there. So you can't just sit and wait. And what are you waiting for? And how long are you going to wait? So what we do is that we inspire, we motivate them to start something. We don't want to fall into the temptations of saying, be entrepreneurs, because I think that is the terrain of Professor Eric. Entrepreneurship has got a certain definition. So we don't want to go in there to say, be innovative, be entrepreneurial, but what we are saying is that they must find themselves doing something. By starting a small business is not entrepreneurship anyway, and do something to generate that little income. If employment comes, it will find them on the way. And by then, they would have gathered some experience. So that is what we do. We are a team of 30 in this engaged scholarship, and this is the oldest in the department. The department currently has 4 engaged scholarship projects, and all of them, their leaders are coming from BES. So it is giving birth to other engaged scholarship, which are contributing in a different way to our societies. So to manage this big group, to make sure that everybody has got a role to play, we have organized ourselves into a team of 4, which we call it a subcommittee or subcommittees, wherein when we want to host a particular event, we bring in the marketing experience, training and development experience, quality assurance, and ethics, so that whatever we will be presenting to our target audience, it meets all the required standards. And its impact is the impact that we want the project to have. So this is how we organize ourselves. And we don't want the situation wherein others hide behind others. And they say that I'm in a BES engaged scholarship, meanwhile they're not doing anything. So when we have organized ourselves in this particular fashion, everybody has got the role to play. So the activities that we organize, we do write articles as well. I had Professor Hlungwane reporting a very impressive publications here. In our case, we haven't published anything yet, but we are in there. We are in there. We are working in there. We won't be discouraged or withdraw our efforts because they have done more than 10. We are in there. And and the other activity that we put together for our students, of course, because those are our target market or our target audience, is Business Canvas, wherein we take them through the whole steps of conceptualizing, starting, sustaining small businesses. You can call it entrepreneurship if you wish, but we call it small businesses because we don't want to fight with Professor Eric. And then we also organize webinars wherein we utilize the cosmopolitan of skills that we have, because in our team we have got adjunct professors, not academics, professors, and we have got practicing entrepreneurs. We bring them on board to share their experience. So the gentleman that you saw in there, you will pardon my pronunciation, he is one of the founders of this popular, well-loved brand called Galaxy Girl. So we brought him on board. So in the video that he was sharing there, he was indicating or sharing his experiences, the journey that he traveled, the money that he has made, the setbacks that he has come across. So our students, are interested in listening to such kind of stories, because that is what we want to do at the end of the day, to make the greatest impact so that when they leave Unisa, they are better equipped and better prepared and use the knowledge that they would have acquired here to make a living out of it. We don't want them to depend on somebody else. That is what we want. So yes, we have got our own successes and we have got our own failures as well. Like I have indicated, the articles, just to share it with you, we submitted to several journals and all of them were not interested in publishing our article. We are not giving up on them. We will still go and knock. On the business canvas, we organized the event at Sunnyside. It was on the face-to-face. We were presenting to ourselves because the students were not interested in that. We had to come back to the drawing board, and then we re-strategized. We said, what are we missing here? And then we came up with a plan. And then on the third one, the business masterclass, in conclusion, of course. We came up with the business masterclass. In the business masterclass, that is where you saw Katiso there, and they came in the hall and it was packed. I reported to Professor Muraozi that we even struggled to feed them. So thank you very much. I think we are making a contribution together with the other engaged scholarship. Yeah, we can. We're done.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mabasa, and thank you for not asking me to sit. When we were in the foyer, you were like, I'm going to ask you to sit before I finish my presentation. So thank you for that, and all the best with your articles. Ladies and gentlemen, next on the program, actually, it is my honor to introduce the next presentation. I'm actually part of the community engagements that's about to present next. And next on the program, we'll be having a presentation on women empowerment through financial inclusion. And I'd like to invite Dr. Ellen Duna and Ms. El Qaba. Thank you very much. You can have 20 minutes now.
Much appreciated. Chair, we thank you for that extra time. We're just waiting for, thank you so much. Good morning again, ladies and gentlemen. What we will be presenting now, it's our scholarship about women, where we talk about women empowerment and it's fine, yeah, being them participating in the economy. We can go to the next slide. It's going to be quite interesting, so you must subtract every 30 seconds that I say next. Our theme today is empowering resilience. The Engage Scholarship that I'm going to present, it took place in Attridgeville and in Kenya. What we did is that as a project, we first said that across the continent, women entrepreneurship and community and economic participation continue to be shaped by long-standing inequality. Many women carry talent, skill, and innovation, but they face financial exclusion. What are we going to do about it? As much as we can have the solutions, it was not going to be good enough because we need to create solutions with the community. The first step was to conduct a need-based assessment. You can go to the next slide, please. Where we conduct a needs-based assessment, where we go to the women, we conduct the focus group in understanding what are their challenges in order for us and them to come up with the solutions that are tailor-made for these women. So in empowering women, it's not just a social cause, it's economic imperative for transforming households, communities, and nations. This is when we went to Attridgeville. We had 200 women in the hall, and we conducted a focus group, and we also collected data where we wanted to understand what is it that the barriers that they don't participate in the markets, formal markets, for us to go back to the community and actually capacitate them with the challenges that they've actually identified. The next thing that we did as well, we went to Kenya, where we spent 3 days with the women in the, you can go to the next slide, with the women in the slums of Matare. And that was such an eye-opener because we realized that even though that we are placed in different, we in the same continent, placed in different countries, women are resilient, first of all. And secondly, our challenges are similar. And thirdly, it matters to still continue with the project of women empowerment and financial inclusiveness. What stood out strongly is that, yes, like I've said, resilience exists. Women are already leading businesses, but they're not formalized. So they are missing out on various opportunities that they could be participating in. We walked about in Matare. You'll be so surprised that every woman in Matare has what we call a spaza shop. That's how they survive. But they don't, that spaza shop, they sell and they use the money for their households. So then we said, how can we actually help you? We invited the financial sector in Kenya, and they came the second day where we had the conversation with them and said, how can we help these women to ensure that they don't just end here, but we can have a formal sector and they can grow their businesses and not eat from mouth, from hand to mouth. I mean, you can go to the next slide, please. Yes, this is where we were in the slums of Matare. You can still see there. We actually have a barcode on our stand that you can go to the website of Matare, and any assistance is actually accepted financially and through services. What we're doing now with Matare, they have identified various projects that they want to get funding on. We are working on an MOU with them where we can help them as researchers in order for them to write proposals with them for financial opportunities and various things. And this is where I'll end, and Ms. Lungi will just give you an overview of what our objectives as a project, what we've done, and certain things that we still want to do. And articles are already on the way because we have collected the data. So we are actually analyzing the focus group data, as well as the questionnaire that we collected with 200 women in Attridgeville.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nduna. Can you have the second slide, please? It's got a, if you can just play it, please. When they finish, I'll go to the next. I'll go first. Thank you very much. And just to say that this project has started this year, and we're very proud of what we have achieved. So I'll just go to the next slide, please. Project overview. I'm very cautious of time before I'm just told to stop, so I need to move very fast. The aim is to promote skills development and financial inclusion among women, entrepreneurs, and vulnerable groups. And the focus areas is business, education, and mentorship. And as Dr. Nduna has said, spreading from the geographical areas, South Africa and Kenya in Matari. If you can go into the slide 8, please. The next slide. It is the rationale and the problem statement, not the project overview, please. Yes, thank you very much. Women continue to face various barriers to accessing finance training and mentorship. High unemployment and low enterprise survival rates in vulnerable communities. Need for practical community-linked learning, bridging academia and local developments. And Dr. earlier on you mentioned about the SDGs. And we are proud to say that with this project, we include gender equality, we include the decent work and economic growth, and it is reduce inequalities, and also partnership for growth. Then we're going to go into project objectives. The project objectives, the skills development, the mentorship, collaboration, curriculum, integration, empowered entrepreneurs, and is the next slide, please, is the engaged scholarship approach. Integration of teaching, research, and community engagement. And the next one, please, if you can go into the project footprint, and this actually confirms of what we've been doing. You can see all the way from Kenya to South Africa. The next one, it is the key partners and collaborators, as you can see them. They are all projected there. They can also see outside. I'm sure you've seen also some of our stalls there. And our project team composition. Academic departments, we do not just work with only other project people in our space for transformation, but we also involve other departments within the university. As you may see that we've got business management, applied management, economics, finance, risk and banking, counting sciences, and Institute for Corporate Citizenship. And the outcome and input on slide number 4, it's empowerment. It is community project, community trust, resource development, collaboration, training, and education, and the future direction, which is very ambitious. By the way, rural and township expansion, I think Dr. James said earlier on that it's very important that we actually extend and we're not just sitting in, yes, it is quite ambitious, but also to develop the entrepreneurship hub, where women can come in one place to get information. And before I can finish, can you please play the slide, the last slide? Thank you very much.
This is a young woman who attended the Atteridgeville outreach. Is the sound on?
About the motivational speaker, Madikizela-Mandela, when she told us that opportunities are everywhere, so we should open our eyes and then we should find opportunities to work ourselves, not depend on the government, but they should find us. How the Women Empowerment Program helped me was giving me information. I didn't have a lot of information about how to start a business. I thought it was really complicated, but it turns out that it's not really that complicated. I thought even that it was really expensive to start a company, but it's not really expensive. Because of the information I got there, now I have hope in starting my own business. I interested how because they didn't open my business, but it's now between all the things that they could have a mula, and like it gave me knowledge and I know that from that business, because sometimes I get it when I open my business, So the Women Empowerment Program helped me to learn. I'm not alone.
Thank you so much. I think it started from the beginning. So in one day when we were in Atteridgeville, before you clap hands for us, ladies and gentlemen, we conducted focus groups, then we collected data through a questionnaire, then we had a motivation speaker from Business Women's Association, and we did a workshop. Thank you very much.
And this is a new project that started this year.
Just to sort of highlight, just because it's a project for women, me standing up is not a coincidence. We actually planned it to be like that. So don't think that I'm against women. We did sort of empower them and capacitate them with a couple of minutes. So that is my contribution to the project that started now but has done quite a lot. And I think, Dr. Nduna, me and you should probably start a inter-college community engagement consultancy firm to say this is where you get the money, this is where you travel to, because there's Dubai, there's Kenya. Next year, I think maybe we need to hit other continents, the Americanas, I think the CFA challenge, instead of doing things online, can we, North America, South America, Africa, Eurasia, Dr. Nduna, please, and everybody else who's a project leader, see her through me. And then we'll help you out to find the money. The dean is here, she agrees. We already have that signature. All right, we have come to the end of the presentation. The presentations that were just done. We got to hear from IgniteWise. We got to hear about business education and skills, and also the women empowerment through financial inclusion. This is the part where we then ask questions with regards to how, what, why, when, and all of that. So if there's any questions, you can put your hand up, and then the project leaders will then give you the answers. I think this is the time where you also stop teaching and you also learn. Any questions? Okay, cool.
Thank you so much, Master of Ceremony. I don't know if it's a question or it's a comment, but thank you, Dr. Mabasa, for taking me back 8 years ago, where I thought I would be in business somewhere, and life happened. Anyways, I'm here. I think if you can remember, you said, I think from the beginning, you mentioned something like, if you don't do your work properly, you're going to find yourself presenting for yourself. And I think the issue here is, are we igniting the business skills and management right from the beginning? We cannot allow the current practice where scholars, right from the school, primary, high school, they are not really energized business-wise. There's this thing that really worries a lot, where you find at school there's just one day called entrepreneurship day. And these scholars will be so excited on that particular day. But at the end of the day, individually, we are not grooming them to be business people. There's this thing of, I don't know how to say white monopoly capital, but maybe I should just say monopoly capital, which there's a spazanyama in the Yagobe school, and our kids are given maybe one day in a week to get some more money so so that they can participate and grow their school economy. But on their own, they can't sell anything. They're not allowed to sell anything. We're not teaching them that in business you can grow to be something else. The Western education teaches us that you go to school, then you are going to work one of the days. So the only time I was selling at school, I thought I was selling because we are poor at home, and then I need money to have some sweets and all that. But unfortunately, I was never taught with business, you can have a career in it, you can be something big. And that thing, it's persisting. I think Professor Maraka asked something to say, where is government in all these chaos that we're talking about? So, I think, Dr. Mabaso, if you can challenge the Department of Basic Education to say, let's ignite the business skills and management at schools rather than waiting up until the university level where they are bored when they hear business and
All right, are there any other questions, comments, complaints? No? Going once? Okay. Do you want to reply, Dr. Mawasa, or a minute? Two.
Thank you, Doc, for your comment, coupled with a lot of questions in it and a lot of concerns. I think you are very correct to indicate that we should empower these young ones right from their early age. Because when we wait up until things are bad and we think that we will redress it, it's not going to assist anybody. So perhaps through the help of our leaders here, I don't want to make mention names, to drop names. So yeah, that should be the direction that we will be taking, and I much appreciate your concerns. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much, colleagues. It was really a very beautiful day together. I think projects that are well planned are really delivering and showing their influence and impact, and that is very plain to see. I was just going to say, from all of our projects, we are starting to see a big picture. We are seeing our areas of influence, our areas of impact. We are determining what expertise do we have as a college, who are we influencing, who are we collaborating with, who are we learning with, who are the networks and entities where the doors are open to us to inform, shape, or critique policy and policy implementation gaps. So we can see a very beautiful picture of an engaged College of Economics and Management Sciences. We see evidence that we are not inward looking. We are not just focusing on our academic peers, but we are purposefully and with high intention drawing in knowledge that is located across diverse entities, spheres, organizations, and government sectors. So it would really be great for us if someone in the college decided to do a study about engaged scholarship at the college, mapping the networks and ecosystems, mapping the expertise, as well as mapping the impact. We could also have all the College of Economics and Management Sciences tools that you have created. Every project creates tools, whether it be workshops, whether it be toolkits, manuals, guides, so we could have a whole audit and a library of tools that we can make available to the public. Aside from that, some of the impact stories that I've heard today really need to go and book an appointment at the Adolf studio. Take your very same presentation. They've got the studio, it's really, really great. You just plug in your presentation, you stand in front of the camera, you tell your story of impact, you plug out your USB, and you have your video of your impact. This can go onto YouTube. This can go onto the university's social media sites. We can notify 1 million strong alumni of your efforts around the world. Your students can be notified. So have people in your team who will be responsible for communicating the great news and using diverse spaces. For West Rand, your project, we have a great documentary. The documentary has not been released to the public, so to our dean, we must set a release date, where we do like a theater release, and we have a trailer, and then everyone can come to the documentary and we can showcase it. So this documentary was funded by the DCEO, and we're always looking for high impact stories to showcase and spread around the world. For certain projects you will be hearing from us today, we will send you a template of impact case studies that the United Nations wants to showcase. So we are very, very thrilled with the projects that are well planned and really delivering on all fronts. We want your story to be told. We want to plot out the nature and scope of engagement at CEMS and to see overall the impact that the college is having. But just to end, there are a few things that the president kept mentioning in State of the Nation addresses. One of them was to get rid of the red tape and the bureaucracy impinging on business. And he keeps saying that in a couple of State of the Nation addresses. But up until today, the red tape is still there, the bureaucracy is still there, the informal economy is left to its informality, left to be harassed by the police, and we are seeing across the continent that the informal economy is actually carrying the continent. So we really need to start connecting what government is saying with what government is doing, and then determining the gaps in between and holding government to account. Your impact does not only have to be at a specific community level. It can be at the level of the systems, the structures, the processes that exist in the nation that keep us in bondage to chronic poverty. So we could be thinking and deploying high-level intellectual thinking towards how do we break this deadlock of a finance and economic system that has failed to deliver on the promises of liberation. Thanks, colleagues.
Thank you very much, colleagues. I think that would end the Q&A session. Moving on to the next item on our program, I would like to call up Prof. Malaudzi for the presentations of gifts. Round of applause. Oh, you also have 10 minutes. Oh. He also has 10 minutes, so we're not being unfair, in case you were wondering.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much, Itu. Good afternoon, colleagues. Yes, it's a wonderful day. Mine on the program is a very short item. They said it's a presentation of gifts, and I had my notes here saying presentation of tokens of appreciation, but I'll stick to what the program director has indicated. Before we start with the presentation of gifts, I just want to remark a bit on what Dr. James has said when she started with the presentation earlier. We are doing a lot of work, colleagues, quite a lot, but we are underreporting on what we are doing. And I think it's high time that you go back and look at the work you have done during the course of the year so that it sets the tone for your reports. We should move into a space where what has been said to be impact assessment should be the order of our activities. We need to have an impact map of our projects. We should be able to engage with the communities. I hear most of you, you're collecting data. Most of you, you're developing guides, you're conducting workshops. Let's give ourselves a moment of going back. Prof. Longwana, you've talked about 6 papers. We should find a way of disseminating the findings of these papers to the very communities where we have collected data so that people understand what's happening around them. And that is a challenge that, face us as scholars, because these findings that these papers are reporting are consumed by ourselves as scholars. And I would want us to move into a space where we could have, an impact map, and we identify products that can actually trigger change. Let's look at issues or tools like policy briefs. It's short, but it targets human settlements. It targets environmental rehabilitation. It targets tourism and other things. Let's look at those possibilities. In some projects, we could actually develop, guides that can be circulated for free. We can look for partners, including our own Unisa press, that can print those guides so that when we interact with our communities, we are able to give them these tools that they can reflect upon, and they need to go back and check what is the step I've missed in this business that I've established. What is making me struggle this time? I have all the tools. They can refer back to those manuals. In some cases, we could even look at handbooks that can be published by our publishing houses, emerging from engaged scholarship work. And that might accelerate our impact out there. We have our annual reporting cycle open now, and we are hoping that by the end of this month, colleagues, you will provide your report reflecting on the activities you've done during the course of the year. But I want us to be challenged also. In 2 months' time, we are hitting 2026. In 2 months' time, think about the work you will be reporting on now. You will be preparing your project plans for 2026. There must be lessons that you draw from this kind of a session. There must be lessons that you've drawn from the interactions with your communities. This is an opportunity to reflect on your project plans and look at the scope, look at the scale. If there's an area of expansion, take advantage of that moment so that next year there's a movement on what you're doing. Dr. Mabasa, you said you had to go back to the drawing board. Next year, let's see something else that really shows that the project is moving in a different direction. Right. The tokens of appreciation that I have been asked to present will go to individuals whose names are here on my list. First, I would like to call upon Dr. Masichava to stand here in front. And then, in so doing, Dr. James, you will have to declare if you need to declare, but I know we normally submit our declarations early in the year. This is a token of appreciation to you from CEMS. Please come forward. We thank you so much, Dr. James, for always being available. Every time we call upon your office, you are there to help us. And we really are elated you were able to also join us this morning. Thank you very much. Right. Next is the team from Marketing and Retail Management, Managerial Skills Project. Ms. Nyalela, please. As a representative of that project, come forward and collect this token on behalf of your team. We are very grateful for the work you are doing. Thank you very much. And then from here, I have Professor Polos Lungwane for Public Administration and Management. As you come forward, Prof, you heard that there's a documentary that is waiting to be released. So please, you and the team need to get ready. Thank you very much for all the work you're doing in the western part of Johannesburg. Thank you, Prof. And then we have Ms. Nandipa Davis, Tourism Capacity Building, token of appreciation. Thank you very much. We are truly grateful for the work you're doing. And then Miss Victoria Springbok, Ignite-wise. Oh, Dr. Mdluli is here, okay. Thank you very much, Ignite-wise team. We're truly appreciative of the work you're doing. Dr. Mabasa, where are you? Please come forward. Business management. Thank you very much for the wonderful work that's happening in your space. Then we have Ms. Kaba from Business Management as well. Women empowerment through financial inclusion. Thank you very much on behalf of the team. Thank you very much. Then we have our program directors, Mr. Dube and Ms. Nesongoje. Please, ladies first. Thank you very much for steering the program for us. We truly appreciate your presence here and everything else you have been doing for us over the years. Right, and then we have the last one. I heard that this Miss Josephine Njuguna from CFA. Thank you very much, Ms. Njuguna from Finance, Risk Management and Banking and the team. We do appreciate everything that you're doing for our college. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of my share of airtime. I'm going to hand back to Mr. Dube to proceed.
Thank you, Prof. Thank you very much, Prof. And that's exactly 10 minutes, if anybody's counting. Are you guys auditing? Are you? Because he did start at 12:23. It's now 12:33 and some change. 10 minutes. Any auditors in the house? No? Okay, cool. All right. Then moving on. Thank you very much, Prof. And I think thank you very much to all the gifts receivers or the project leaders. Thank you very much for your contribution to society and to the college as well. Next up, we'll have Prof. Nenjelele with words of thanks and closure. A round of applause. Prof, as you also come up as well, 10 minutes. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I have been given a responsibility to close the door. I think it's one of the simplest responsibility that can be given to anyone. Just closing an open door. And the cameraman said I must pose. So. I'm making sure that that smile is there, is covered in the camera. Acting Executive Dean, Dr. Masichaba, acknowledged. The Deputy Executive Dean, Professor Mraudzi. The school directors that are present here, I've seen Professor Muraka, is Director of the School of Management Sciences, Professor Kirsten Jordan, I didn't see her. The CODs that are present in the meeting, the ground soldiers, academics and support staff who do all the hard work, making managing and leading easier for us. Engaged scholarship project leaders that are present and absent from this meeting. You are well appreciated from the Office of the Engaged Scholarship led by Professor Mlauzi, who is present here. Let me quote something that I found to be very relevant to today's gathering. That was mentioned by the Honorable former President of South Africa, our Chancellor, Dr. Thabo Mbeki. He asked a very critical question that I think as the people that are present here and those that might listen to the recording would like to look for answers to those questions. He said, what does intelligentsia do to provide an answer to the multiple crises in our country? And he further said, you have a responsibility. You are the only body that can legitimately say, we are the thought leaders. And he went on to criticize other fellows that I don't want to mention here. But as we draw this session to a close, it is clear that effective engaged scholarship is not a mere compliance checkbox. It is a cornerstone of sustainable progress and equitable development. The insights that were shared today underscores a critical truth. When we involve communities as active partners, we move the simple informing people to genuinely empowering them. The success of any initiative, whether a new policy, a development project, or a local program, rest heavily on the strengths of these relationships. Let us leave here today not just with new information, but with a renewed commitment to foster inclusive dialogue, listen with intention, and build a future where every voice is valued. Remember that engaged scholarship is a continuous journey. It is not a destination. It is the active ingredient that transforms ideas into shared realities. The work of building trust and fostering collaboration is challenging, yet very essential. Let's carry the momentum from today forward, ensuring our efforts are rooted in genuine partnership and a commitment to collective well-being. The strength of our communities lies in our willingness to engage. The challenges we face are complex and they require collaborative solutions. Let us take the lessons learned from the necessity of transparency to the value of diverse perspectives and immediately apply them to our work. It is our collective responsibility to ensure that every engagement is meaningful, respectful, and impactful. Let's commit to making engagement a core part of our organization, Unisa, the University of the Land. Let us engrave this in our DNA, that community is very important to us. In other words, if we don't work with our communities, we will be preaching messages that are irrelevant and are not doing any impact in the communities that we live in. And I would like to appreciate everybody that has participated in this program and making it a reality. Thanks to the Acting Executive Dean, Dr. Masichaba, who has allowed us to be here to facilitate this program. And I can promise you, when we go out of this hall, there will be eats. And that was allowed by the Acting Executive Dean. The Deputy Executive Dean, Professor Mlauzi, who has championed engaged scholarship throughout this academic year and made sure that he signed all the necessary monies that you needed to make sure that you realize your projects. Professor Mlauzi, we appreciate your efforts. The school directors who have perused your submissions, scrutinized, and sometimes turn you back to correct some few things in your memos, you are well appreciated. The chairs of departments who have allowed the colleagues to leave their workstations and go and interact with the community, they are well appreciated. Engaged scholarship leaders that are leading our engaged scholarship projects, they are well appreciated, and the participants thereof well appreciated. Our support and admin staff, sometimes we make errors of ignoring your efforts. But I was once told by one administrator who said, and I quote, "If I want you as a line manager to fail, as an administrator, I will do it." And then I realized that if we do not appreciate our administrators, we are going to fail. As a school director, I don't have to worry much about how the school is run because I've got a secretary who makes sure that everything goes according to the plan. So all our admin and support staff, you are well appreciated. The organizers of these events, I think under the leadership of Ms. Mgidi and the team, you are well appreciated. You have made sure that this event is a success. I had a glimpse of a moment to talk to Ms. Mgidi, and I said, remember I said in one of the comments in the meeting that we had that I'm convinced that the Engaged Scholarship exhibition will be a success. And indeed, it is a success. The program participants who participated in this program, and I would like to appreciate them. The co-pilots that made sure that this flight landed very safely. That is Ms. Songojwe and Mr. Dube. My 10 minutes is not yet done, but you are well appreciated for the work that you do from one event to the other and making sure that we arrive accordingly. Dr. Masichawa for the welcome of the guests. Dr. Rudolph for the overview and reflection of previous exhibitions. Dr. James, who comes with very energetic voice that I cannot even imitate. And the overview of the Engaged Scholarship at Unisa, presentation by CFA Research Challenge, Ms. Jungana, and managerial skills by Mrs. Nyalela, and then West Rand Engaged Scholarship Project by Professor Tlongwane, and the presentation by the Tourism Capacity Building, Mrs. David and Ms. Matlangu. And then we also had our very own Dr. Nduna, who, when she arrived on the stage, she felt the need to remove her jacket. I'm not going to remove my jacket. And then we have got the presentation by Ignite Wise. I think there was Dr. Julie and Dr. I forgot that name, but she's part of the team in Ignite Wise. Springbok, yes, how would I forget that? Very important. Business education and skills, Dr. Mabasa, who kept naming Professor Eric. I don't know who that is. Then there's a presentation on women empowerment through financial inclusion by Dr. Nduna and Ms. Tawa. You are well appreciated. The presentations of gifts by Professor Mlauzi, and the vote of thanks by someone that I don't know, called Professor Nenjerere, is well appreciated. I would like to leave the college with the following principles as I draw very much to the close. The principles of Ubuntu are centered on humanity, empathy, interconnectedness, emphasizing that a person is a person through other people. If you got late to Unisa this morning because of traffic jam, it's because someone's car probably got stuck or there was an accident, which reflected to you that that person who you never know had an impact on you. And that is the principle of Ubuntu. Key principles include compassion, respect, dignity, forgiveness, along with a strong sense of community, unity, and a collective responsibility. Ubuntu encourages fairness, mutual support, cooperation to ensure the well-being of the whole community, community engagement. I would like to close by reassuring you that I had a chat with the Executive Dean and the Deputy Executive Dean about the funds for Engaged Scholarship projects for 2026. And they responded like the Minister of Finance of Uganda, Mr. Kasaija. And they said, money is here. Money is coming. Money will come. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prof. You went a little over, but I'll allow it in the spirit of Ubuntu. Because my benefit is your benefit as well. So in closing, or in thanks, we'd like to thank you for giving us your time. You could have been anywhere in the world, especially with the way that we work. You could have been anywhere in the world. And, you know, watching us. So I would also like to extend thanks to Ms. Mgidi and her team, Fernanda, Mpo, Gideon, I think it's Noneva, or Nonebo. There we go. Tumelo, I think it's Elanda, Pongan, you Landa. Hey, okay, cool. Pongani, Teboho, Talara, and yeah, this handwriting is a bit, the data here is a bit messy. But I know your surname is Bopape. So thank you very much. I would also like to thank my partner, not like that, but I'd like to thank my partner, Lorraine, and I would also like to thank myself for running this very, very, very well. And thank you as well. All right. Lunch is available outside, so please don't leave. Let's still commune outside. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your Friday and the rest of your weekend. Thank you.